because I'm on the spot, I can't think of the dates, but it must have been about 19 years ago. And so that's when I started the Edible School Gardens program, because I couldn't believe the shit the kids were being fed. And so I thought, if you want to make a difference, go and do it. So that's where it first came from. And then to fast track that. And that was a really successful program, going to schools for at least 12 months. And kids really embraced it, and they ate the food that they grew. And the main thing about that was it was more than just food. It was growing nutritionally dense food, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. And then unfortunately I got Lyme disease, and I got really sick with that for 7 years. So obviously Edible School Gardens stopped, and so then I had to rise it to a completely new level of how do I get well? How do I go from being pretty much bedridden to getting this vessel healthy again? And obviously I've come the other end of that. So what I really want everyone to realise, and I come from a permaculture background as well, is how important it is to get our soils right so that we can grow it's not about just growing any food, it has to be nutrient dense so that this vessel can keep, like, food is ancient knowledge, and so if we're eating the right food and that food has a chance to grow from the information within the soil, then we are going to have the strongest body, we're going to have the clearest mind, and we're going to come from this space of love because we're getting that from the soil. And also you need to be growing from organic seed, which the government tried to wipe out here. So it's really important to grow from organic seed, or seed that you've got from a community garden or your neighbours, because that is going to be the strongest seed with the most information for your body as well. And so then, because you never know the powers above, and there is talk of trying to wipe out most of our food to, I think, 3D, 5D, whatever they call it, print it. I can't see how that can keep us going, but anyway, so besides growing your food, we need to save that seed. And every time you save that seed becomes stronger to your climate and saves more information, which is more relevant to you as well. So seed saving is a really important part of us as a community. And when someone, for example, gives you a really important seed, you grow that plant, it's really, really strong plant, then you must share that seed around. So in case your seed supply gets eaten, like from rodents or whatever, or a flood comes through or something, you have got it placed around the place. So we continue having that really important seed supply. Okay, so let's go back to the start. Also, and it's funny, I'm about to write about this, my organic teacher from way back, Jade Woodhouse, she always said, if you have seeds in your pocket, you have food. And this is so true. And also, have an emergency stock of food, which we can use, for example, sprouting. So your sunflower seeds, your monk seeds, and of course make sure they're organic or biodynamic, even better seeds. And so that's quick food. If you need food quickly, you can sprout it in a couple of days. Especially in Queensland, you've got a food supply that's really nutritious, that's providing you with that energy you're going to require. And what else do I want to say? I also think, and this is coming from a permaculture point of view, is growing food plants that other people don't recognise, and therefore they won't steal them from you. And permaculture has a whole list, and actually I've just written part 1 of what I believe people need to plant, and then I'm about to write, obviously part 2 comes next, because I'm really sensing this urgency that people need the information. So I've been writing a whole list of, okay, you need to get these, and a lot of them are perennial plants, so you're only going to have to plant them every few years, so it's there all the time. And so not only for your own family, but you can share them with others, but also you can take cuttings. And so when the virus first happened, everyone went into panic because there's no seedlings available, and I was about to move house, and I considered myself not having a small garden because I was used to 1.5 acres of food, but I realised I had tons of plants in cuttings. So I just got out and just did up buckets, and each bucket would have 15 different plants, food plants, that people could just stick in the dirt and they would have food within days. And so that's what we need to be able to, we need to educate ourselves, and I'm happy to share these the things that I've been writing, I've been trying to share them with newspapers and things like that, saying we need to be prepared. And it's actually so easy to garden. And even if you haven't got much space, you can grow in pots. You can do sprouting on the windowsill, but I encourage you to, if possible, connect to the earth. That's the best food that we can grow. And you've got to remember, you've got to keep feeding the soil as well. But the most important thing is start ordering up seeds, not just for what you're going to plant over summer, but what you're going to plant over the next 12 months, and get them in the fridge, store them there. I know because I'm friends with the Green Harvest people, and they said last year, because everyone was in this panic of seed buying, and they said people had no idea what they were doing, and they would order like, oh, I want to grow a kilo of carrots, so I want a kilo of seeds. And like, that's a lot of seeds. Luckily they would ring them and say, if you're not a farmer, why do you need a kilo of seeds? So a lot of seeds were running out because people were wasting them. So where am I going with that? I'm not sure. Yeah. How am I going? Been 30 minutes? Okay. Anything else? I'm just trying to think where else to go with that, seeing I haven't got any notes in my hand.
Where do you recommend we buy our seeds?
Oh, where do I recommend you buy your seeds? Green Harvest, because they're more likely to have local ones. The Yandina Community Gardens, Permaculture Noosa, I think they actually have them in the Noosa Library as well. They have the seeds from Permaculture Noosa. Eden Seeds. Oh, okay, they're not in the library. They're coming back.
You can't go in.
Oh, we can't go in. Duh. Forgot. Eden Seeds as well, and there's a couple of smaller ones I can't think off the top of my head. Yeah, seedlings is getting a little bit harder. I noticed that Pomona, preferably do your own, but Pomona Market seems to have a lot of people growing seedlings as well. So, and a lot of seeds, especially this time of year, they want to go in directly anyway. So just empower yourself with the knowledge. There's lots out there. I've written books and stuff. Not sure if you're allowed to plug yourself, but okay. So, because that's the best resource I know for up here and Australia-wide. So
what's the book called?
Eat Your Garden: Organic Gardening for Home and Schools. I've got some in my car actually. I always have them in my car. I'm a line book as well. Maybe I was meant to stand up here.
How much are you?
The gardening book's only $20 and the line book's $25.
Do you take card?
No, because I'm not prepared.
That's all right. Yeah, thank you.
I have a trust system though. You can take them and just send me money whenever.
There you go. So if you didn't hear that, she's got a trust system. You could take a book today and send her money.
I haven't got many with me though.
She's got a couple. Yeah. Thanks very much. We give Leonie applause.